My name is Wole Odubayo. I'm the HR director for Cadbury Nigeria. Cadbury Nigeria is a member of Mondelez International. On the Clorets Mentorship Programme, I'm the official mentor to Deborah Ajayi.
Hello, my name is Deborah Ajayi, and I'm the mentee under the HR division of the Clorets Mentorship Programme. I'm so thankful to the entire Clorets management and the entire Clorets team for the opportunity to be mentored by Mr. Wole Odubayo, the HR director at Mondelez West Africa. Thank you so much.
So, Deborah, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you, sir.
Okay, so you know the Clorets Mentorship Platform. It's a very unique one.
Yes.
All right. And to be honest with you, when I was contacted to join this program, I was really excited about it because I see it as, number one, an opportunity for Clorets to give back to the society.
Yes.
An opportunity for me also to mentor, a young professional like yourself. Okay. So, and I'll say, I found in you a very exciting mentee. Your energy is out of this world, because you really want to learn. Your learning agility is super, right? Because at every session we talk, we exchange notes. You come back at the next session with what you have done, with the advice, And in this mentorship relationship, you benefited more than one mentor.
Yes,
because you came in at session with everyone in the Mondelez HR team, so that was a very good one for you. So I'll say at this point, do you have any question, anything you want us to talk about before I go into the feedback session with you fully?
Yes, in fact, I do. First off, I would like to say thank you so much once again, sir, for the sessions, for your time, and especially the access that you gave me to other members of the Mondelez HR team. I remember the time that I visited Cadbury, and then we had a series of sessions back to back. I'm so grateful. So one question that I would like to ask, I specifically waited till the end of the mentorship session to ask this question.
Okay.
So it goes thus. Now, as the HR director at Mondelez West Africa, if you had the opportunity to speak with your younger self, I'm fresh out of school, so this opportunity I have is like my first HR job, right? Yeah. So if you had the opportunity to go back in time and speak with your younger self when you had your first HR job, especially after completing a mentorship session that was, broad, right? What would you tell your younger self? What advice would you give?
Okay, that's a very technical one, right? But to go straight to answer your question, I'll say when I joined HR, right, I was a product of management training of one organization, and that 18 months of traineeship actually gave me a lot of insights into what the HR world is all about, okay? And if I look back, maybe if there's anything I felt I should have done better at that time, I would say was not to stay within my bubble, all right? Was not to stay within my bubble. Yes, you have various aspects of HR. You have the compensation and benefits, you have the learning and development, you have the HR generalist, where you manage the plant, you manage the function, manage the business, right? Which was what I focused on mostly, right? And not paying so much attention to the other bubbles, all right? So as I was growing in my career, I saw the need, okay, to pay attention to those other bubbles. So that is one thing I would say you should do early, right? Because the time I realized I need to pay attention to those bubbles, I was really up there in the career. So I had to now be doing it, and that's something I should have done. Wow. Yeah, exactly. So that's one thing I would say, pay attention to, okay? And in addition to that, I would say, please make sure you read widely. All right, read very widely. And that's why after the mentorship, my parting gift to you was a book, all right, which I hope you have read.
Yes, I have. I digested it and I enjoyed it.
Okay, so what are your major takeouts from that?
That brings me to my next question, which I hope is the final one. So where does one find the balance? Because at this point, fresh out of school, trying to gain experience, and people usually advise that you do a generalist position where you have hands-on recruitment, payroll, leave, and all other things like that. So at what point do you begin to specialize into other areas of HR? For instance, at this point, if you are given the opportunity to work in a more specialized HR team, and then you have, on the other hand, an HR generalist position, how would you advise one to make a decision when one gets to that point?
So it's still going back to what I said in my first response to your first question. Pay attention to the other bubbles, right? Pay attention to the other bubbles. Perhaps along the way, you might find interest in compensation benefit, for example. I mean, in HR world in Nigeria today, there's scarcity of skill in the area of compensation and benefits, right?
Yes.
So that's one area where if you develop an interest in it, right, you can map your career to go to that direction. As a generalist, you have the opportunity of working with all of these guys, right? Well, my message to you is, don't just work with them and move on, right? Work with them, pay attention to what they're doing, try to understand, and have deep knowledge of what they're doing, right? Of course, you probably may not be master of all.
Yes.
And that's why I'm linking it back to your interest.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, linking it back to where you see yourself, all right? And that's why you need to pay attention to those. You remember when we started this session, your definition, your outlook, your understanding of HR business partnering was totally different from what it was, right? Or what it is in the real work environment, in the real sense of it, So that's an example of it. You may have an understanding that, okay, this is how business partnering work, but also when you deep dive into it, that is when you understand what it entails, what is involved in it. So make yourself an all-round HR person, right? And also, so you have passion for learning and development.
Yes, I do have passion for that.
Yeah. So look at what is happening in that space as well, right? The role you're in today where you work is a generalist role, right? So if you stay focused, looking at what you're doing today, not minding what is happening in another bubble, right? You will now get to where we were at that time. That were really up there before we now start paying serious attention. Yeah, so I'll say to you, now you're very young, pay attention to all of those things. Do your certification.
Yes.
CIPM is a great one for you. All right. Your learning agility, I said, is super. Right. Keep it up. Right. And I said to you, don't let the Clorets session, right? Yes, officially that session is closing.
Yes.
I said to you, you are my mentee for life. If there's anything called that, right? So please feel free. Reach out to me at any time. If you're facing anything at work and you need somebody to talk to professionally, the door is open for you, right? So you're an official member of my team.
Thank you so much.
And you've met everybody in my team anyway,
yes,
so you have their numbers, you can talk to anybody. We're here to help you.
And just to note, I actually did take your advice. I already registered for CIPM. I'm taking the first exam in October this year.
Great, that's
and great. From this book, one thing that I got is that just as it is in the university setting, you have to keep doing things that would expose your value to the organization that you work for.
Exactly.
So you cannot just stay in your lane or stay in your department and just do your basic job description. So it was really helpful. I'm so grateful for the book, sir.
You need to distinguish yourself.
Yes.
You need to distinguish yourself. Let the business know that you're different from others. And that is where your value is. Okay?
Yes, sir.